This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, well, you might say so, but first, I gotta say hello, you, and welcome to some Kind of Fox content, and welcome to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I know, once again, I am late to the game, or late to the party, I should say, because this is a game that long ago had its run on YouTube. The hype is long gone, and people in the many numbers have already played this game, but I wanted to play this game myself, and given that I still don't have my main PC, I am getting around to playing some of the games that I am late to, and the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is one of those games. However, saying that, I need to tell you something, is that I am getting my main PC back soon, because I got a status update today, and it seems like a fix is only a few days away. I already talked about this on the community tab and on the community server, so I'm not gonna spout too much nonsense about this. I'm just gonna say hello you and welcome to the Stanley Parable, which is gonna be the last of the games that I'm stepping out of my office now, as he told me. I'm stepping back in because I'm not done talking. This is gonna be the last game that I start before reverting back to the normal schedule and getting back into the swing of things with with the games that we had started previously and such. So yeah, this and what was the other game? Manual Samuel is gonna be the last games that I complete before we get back into normal. And if you have been living under a rock and haven't seen like the other 1,000 people that played this game, apparently it's some sort of a narrator-driven game where the narrator kind of tells us what to do. But Stanley likes to be told what to do. I think he told me to step out my office. Here we go. Oh. Hello?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, we're going to the meeting room. But I'm gonna check around first. Just look what people are doing. I hate Mondays.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Who farted? It wasn't me. Well, it was, but I'm gonna tell him. Hello? Why am I hearing like a... Everything is turned off, right? Except for this one. Whoops, I think I turned it off. I don't know if I should have done that. The narrator didn't tell me to do so, so maybe I did a bad thing.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office.
Oh, heck
but
yeah,
it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
No, but you know, sometimes it's not about advancement. Sometimes it's just about expressing yourself. Like, how am I gonna know how something tastes like if I don't lick it? You know? Like this. I don't know. Okay, meeting room. Hello? Meeting room? No. Oh, we just turned that off. Save the power, you know? Or I guess you could say fight the power by turning it off. Oh, there we go. I'm being a diligent employee. Mr. Narrator, I see a lot of numbers. I don't know which one is the meeting number. Are we meeting in 425? No. 26? Wait. 26. Wait. Oh, that's because you... Yeah, okay. I was like, wait, why isn't there a number 426? But that's because it's in here, of course. They have like... They're like special numbers. They have their own offices and such. They must be important people. Be my Valentine. I don't know, Mr. 422. I don't know you. I like the plant. Meeting room? Ah. Sales in this quarter. Projections. Are we projecting someone or something here?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, I see what's going on here. Are we to follow directions? Or are we indeed a rebel? I like the plan. Ah. Also, what is this room? It looks like sort of a lobby, but it's kind of empty. That's very bright. Why does this sound like a computer when I click it? Even the chairs, everything is a computer. We're living in a simulation. I'm gonna go to the left one as the narrator said. Ah! Can I go back? Oh, dang it! I can't. I missed the obvious 420 joke. I am falling off. I'm losing my goofiness, man. You should turn that off. Turn it off. Save the power. No need to be uselessly spending power. No. Hello? Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. But I'm doing an audio-based show.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How am I to do an audio-based show if I'm supposed to talk less? I know there's probably plenty of people on here that's like, yeah, you should talk less. But I'm not going to do that. Not cost efficient. What it wasn't. Stand a police gaffs. Yeah, I don't think that's very cost worthy. If you stand a police gaffs. Oh, that's a good chart, actually. I like that. Wait, speaking about projections... Oh, there you are. I was like, wait, what is projecting here? Please, no more charts. I'm begging. The boss appreciation minute. Ah. Guess we gotta go find our boss's office. Broom closet. Can I... Oh, I can?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here. So
what are you talking about? There's lots of things here.
On track.
There's the flex tape. And gaffer tape. I prefer gaffer tape. It seems like the solution to many a problem.
No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
It's not empty. What are you talking about? Look! It's got all stuff. It even got a broom, making the name of the room quite adequate.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
Have you considered that maybe I'm not ready to come out the closet yet?
As it is,
some people are so inconsiderate.
Just standing there doing sweet FA.
Everything's a computer. Even the air sounds like a computer if I'm pressing it. You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. Achievement unlocked.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Yeah, I'm confused about a lot of things, but I don't get explanations. Neither do you.
Coming
up or down?
Staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
But there's like the red things glowing down here. I want to see what that's all about. Maybe someone is summoning a demon? No, it's just this lamp. What's this? Hang on. Hi, Louise. I wrote this in first period and left it in your locker on the way to send. It's weird. All the cool lips are sing. I've decided. Write me back. A kid hears an idea for something to dread. Two cats on a motorcycle. I don't know what's up with that idea, but it just sounds kind of cool. What's in here? Oh, it's like a car.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Yeah, that's
he
not
might
good.
be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All
Such a
because
risk
he
in
believed
this economy?
everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
What
Maybe,
occurred to me?
he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Oh, yeah,
All of
that's
my
not a maybe.
coworkers
I am.
blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Yeah, well,
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled.
Oh.
This is all a dream.
yeah.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt
Coffee nut.
to have finally
Please
found
don't
an
nut in my
answer,
coffee.
an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above
dear
the
God.
ground.
Uh-oh.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield. And
Uh-oh.
it too appeared. It was
I was
going to
make a conclusion about the...
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Yeah.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
It's
And
Inception.
while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams,
But look...
the truth was that, of
oh my
course,
God, you talk so much.
this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Like, look, this room, we have
Stanley
been here
is
before,
as
so we're in a
awake right
loop.
now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it.
Yeah.
He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I am okay. I disagree a little bit about the normal part. Also, before? Before what?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be
Oh,
real.
dear Lord.
I must
Everything's
be.
going...
Can anyone hear
Ah!
me? Who am I? Who am I?
I'm panicking. I'm looping.
And everything went black.
Uh-oh. Hello?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Who?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Are we playing the Mariella's
Rose got
Parable
dressed,
now?
Gathered her belongings and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. Was that me? Never the end. Wait, how? Who? Wait, what? We're back here? Am I looping the loops? Oh, we got a chance to make the 420 joke. Where is it?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
gonna
he had
turn off all
simply
the
missed a
computers.
memo.
420? 420 blazing! Woo! Okay, I made the dumb joke. Now we can move on. Awaiting input. Hang on. I'll put something into... Wait, that sounds bad. Input received. Yeah, I'm inputting things. Hello? Oh. Should probably have read that before I turned it off, but it's fine. How to use help. Window.exe. It's probably just gonna update and fuck up everything. Like every Windows update ever. Huh. So what, am I just gonna continue looping until I actually walk through the right door?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Oh no, that I
he
need
entered
to
the
go
door
check
on
with
his
my boss.
left.
Wait, now I get a little bit iffy here. Cause you know, just like a streamer, when someone comes into chat and says do this, then we're gonna do exactly the opposite. I'm gonna do that. I don't care about you, Mr. Narrator. I am in control. At least for a little bit.
This was not the correct way to the meeting
Don't
room,
care.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, and let's admire it. See, this looks more like a...
truly a room
No,
worth
this is still
admiring.
pretty empty.
It had really been
Can I have a
worth the
cold drink
detour
now?
after all,
Hello.
just to spend a few moments
Oh.
here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a drink, but it won't let me. Let me drink it all in! The narrator told me to. Maybe I need to get coffee somewhere. Is this...
Yes, really
Hiya?
worth it being here
No.
in the room.
Oh,
A room so
I stepped
utterly
on the chair.
captivating that even though all your co-workers
also,
have
this shouldn't be
mysteriously
here.
vanished,
This pillar.
here you
This
sit
is bad
looking at
feng
these
shui.
chairs and some paintings.
Sort of breaks up
Really
the room,
worth
you
it.
know? Also, why is there like a step down? Maybe it's
At this
symbolical that
point,
you need to
Stanley's
step
obsession
down
with
from
this
work
room
once in a
bordered on
while. Can I
creepy
have coffee?
and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible, but at last he'd had enough of the amazing room.
Yeah.
And took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Not gonna lie, this looks cool, but no! I will not. Wait, what? Did I? No, that is the right way. I got turned around for a little bit. I got kind of confused. Oh, this is like the construction
Stanley
area.
was so
What are we
bad at following
fabricating here?
directions,
I'm
it's incredible
fabricating
he wasn't
lies.
fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Okay, I guess we aren't fabricating lies. Well, great timing. Okay, Hello. Do not jump. Okay. Jumping!
Look, Stanley, I think... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yeah. Okay, one more time. And I'm not...
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yes, shush.
What could it mean?
I'm gonna...
Stanley decided to go to the
still
meeting room.
defying the
Perhaps he
narrator.
had simply
I'm just
missed the
not
memo.
gonna leap this time. I don't need a leap of faith. I already have enough faith in myself as it is.
When Stanley came to a set
No,
of
he
two
didn't.
open doors,
Shut up.
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Okay.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep. Admire, drink it in,
Yes,
glug, glug.
this
There we go.
room.
And on we
What
go.
a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So I'm not gonna follow the narrator, but I am gonna follow the signage.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
Take
here.
me to
I'm
my
not your
doom.
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
That is true.
But the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone
Whoa,
you've
that's a
been
lot of
neglecting,
boxes.
Stanley.
I wonder what's inside.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
No, I'm good.
I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her.
Her? Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Oh, but I'm not good at
Put
redeeming
your
myself.
work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
There's a lady waiting for me? Hello? Are you? No. That's a bulldog. I want a dog. Hello? Ah!
That's
Hello?
her, Stanley.
Oh, I should have listened to the narrator. Sorry. Where in the frick are we now?
Is that you?
Yeah.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just
Sweetie?
pulling the bread out of the oven.
Is there bread in the oven? Uh-oh!
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Oh,
Who wanted to make
really?
their life
Just
to
jump
you?
scared me and now you
I'm
give
trying
me
to
a
make
burn?
point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Heck that.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can it be about me again, Mr. Narrator? That's so bright. Oh, God. I don't like
This is a
mannequins.
very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
I can make popcorn! Good morning, employee. Press... Wait. What if I press G? For G-Force! It won't let me... I click anything... Well, I can. I can click anything else, but you know what I mean. Hang on. In the process of testing every button. Okay, well...
Stanley is quite a boring fellow.
Hey!
He has a job that demands nothing of him.
Okay, that's true.
Every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Well, it just became that. Thank you. No, I don't want to press I. God dang it, I have to.
Look at him
Well,
there,
now you're not
pushing
even giving me a
buttons,
choice.
Doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing
You're pushing my
buttons.
buttons.
Now he's eating lunch.
Oh, lunch. That
Now
actually sounds
he's
good.
going home. Now he's coming back to work.
Wait,
One
lunch?
might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press H for lunch, maybe? Can I have lunch?
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I need to get out. Help. I don't like this.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, He stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
To spend time with the boys? Ooh. I'm sorry to leave you, wife. Wait, you weren't my wife. You're just here. I'm gonna go spend time with the boys. And even though you are a soulless mannequin, you're probably still gonna blame me for it.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice.
Yes, finally.
It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The
Hi.
mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Wait. The boys? Aww, I was not allowed to go and hang with the boys. However, dinner sounds lovely. What are we
As
having?
he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible
Wait, my
paths
microwave
and
disappeared.
destinations.
Well, we
Down
aren't having
one
popcorn
path lay
then.
an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh, there we go. Now we're getting into the... To tell your kids a story. Hello? Wait, are you my kid? Oh, the Pixar thing. Yeah. And something yellow. Still no other button works, so I guess I have to... Wait! U-G... No, okay, I was thinking that maybe the button spelled out something like a... I don't know. It was like a hidden code or something. Oh. Right.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Ti amo?
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Oh, if only it was that easy in real life. I could just click a button and we would go to sleep. Oh.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
Oh.
But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna... Wait. Now he's told me to not do it. Is he reverse psychologying me into doing it? Because I said all the thing about I was not gonna do what the narrator told me to, but now it's like a double negative, being like I am not doing what you not told me to do. I'm gonna click it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
A mirror. I do have questions, but really no other button. Is it like a hidden button? That's the crouch one. Maybe I have to press a number. Anything? Whoops, I actually clicked the right button.
Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
But do you want me to see? Whoa!
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
All of his co-workers were
Oh,
gone.
I was just about to
What
say,
did
oh,
he
now
do?
he's gone, the narrator.
Stanley
But,
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
ah,
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
are we gonna be defiant? 420! Are we gonna be defiant yet again? Will it bring something else?
When Stanley came to a
I'm
set
gonna
of
test
two
out that
open
theory.
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Alright.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes,
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to
So,
get back to business, Stanley took the
is this
first
just gonna
open door on his
replay
left.
everything I just did, or is there indeed something else to be had by
Stanley was so
continuously
bad at following directions,
disobeying
it's incredible
the
he wasn't
voices in my
5
head?
years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on
Can I
the
get
wrong
over there?
foot here.
What's over
I'm
there?
not your enemy,
Danger, it
really,
seems.
I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that
Okay,
the story
so
has been about nothing
in
but
effect of
you
just not
all this
replaying this
time.
again, I am gonna take
There's someone you've
the
been
other door.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not
But I
asking for
like
me.
it.
I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Wait, was this
to
where I
put
could
your
choose?
work aside.
Where was the
To
other door?
let her back into your life.
There was like another door.
She's been waiting.
Did I? Oh, probably missed it. Yeah.
That's her, Stanley.
Yeah, I missed the door that I was supposed to go through.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Boo.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Well, it seems like we're just retelling the story we already went through. I know we could follow the narrators and see what that kind of story gave us, but I think the story ends here. I feel like I've experienced the parable, and I am not about to be told what to do. If you want to see what the other part of the story of the Stanley Parable is, the part where we actually follow the narrator, then I recommend that you give this game a try, because it is actually a very fun concept for a game. And it has been really popular for good reason, so I do recommend that you give this game a try yourself. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, where I hope to see you again, I'm out!